All right. As we get ready. As we get ready. It's all ours. Mr. DJ, put it up. Yeah, man. My good people, I'm DJ Marisha. It's the citizen poet. Play it. And we're in a smash. Here, downtown Bassett Kids. Yes, we're gonna figure out right about now. Kill the music. Yeah, man. I'm DJ Marisha coming to you live and direct from the ferry and bus terminal, downtown Bassett Kids. And this is our third. When I say our third, I want you to say the sign. It's the Citizens Empowerment Coalition, CEC, third awareness march in our World Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And it's all about the people, empowering the people. We are addressing the rampant corruption in our World Federation. Just back in 2022, we took on a team unity administration about the rams that was taking place. And the then leader of the party, Dr. Terence Drew, tell us that he will fix all of that. He said for the good that Labour can do, they will go in there and they're going to enact the good governance agenda. Freedom of information, integrity in public life, and all of these good stuff. But this is what's happening today. So we're about to hit the streets to start the march. But before we hit the street, I want to invite a young man from across the Narrows, our sister Isla Nevis, to speak to us upon our return. There will be other speakers like myself, the man 2 weeks, and the leader of the NRP and Nevis. We're going to have some speeches. So without any further ado, I want to call the man, Brother Charles Gaskell, front and center, to talk to our nationals here in St. Kitts Nevis locally, regionally, and internationally. Brother Charles Gaskell, welcome.
Blessings, DJ. Thank you, everyone. Citizens, residents, real pleasure to be here from across the Narrows and Nevis. I think I'd like to start by just letting everyone know that the place to be tomorrow is down by the fisheries in Oil Road for the 2nd annual Wahoo fishing tournament. I'm hopefully going to be able to make it. I came over to gas up and it looks like the gas pump has some issues, but they might be resolved now, so I'm going to get through and hope to see you all down there. The action kicks off 1 p.m. and the fishers will probably start coming in for around 3:30, 4 p.m. So I hope to see some of you, if not all of you, down there over to the line. DJ Marisha has already said he's going to secure a Wahoo from me, so I got it with you. Anyway, the reason I'm here today is because I have to come and represent more people than I could count on my hands, toes, feet, and hairs on my head, who are not in the same position as I am, where they feel, in the words of the good DJ, that they feel that they're capable of taking the blows on the people's behalf. I'm also capable of taking the blows on the people's behalf. The people of St. Kitts and Nevis who I love from the bottom of my heart. I want them all to know that the way things are going right now is just not right. We need to stand up and unite and let the people in Church Street and Charlestown know that we're not happy with them going behind our backs, dirty dealings, who knows what. bringing new laws that I, for the life of me, cannot imagine were ever drafted in St. Kitts and Nevis, and starting projects that have generational effects on the citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis. Now, I'm going to go back to the fishers, because being a fisherman, I talk from my perspective as a fisher. What's going to happen if we should allow this destiny and their SSD to happen in our federation. So in Nevis right now, we don't even have a fisheries complex. There has been talk. Yeah, I've got friends in it, I can see that already. I've got to admit, I'm very nervous doing this kind of thing, so you all can easy on me. But it really is my duty to come up and let you all know that I've spent the last 3.5 months learning everything I can about the investors down in the south of Nevis, about the law. So we have an 8-page law, the SSD Act, and how potentially damaging it is to everybody. So I want you to know from a fisher's perspective, without fisheries, that we will not be able to take care of an extra 7,000 to 10,000 people. And we don't have a DMR department that is given the right kind of budget to take care of the resources that we have out on our south bank, around the east and the west and the north of the islands. So what this tells me is that very, very little thinking has gone into the actual nitty-gritty of this project, and that the only real thinking that's gone in is the thinking about the passport money, the profit share money, and potential for jobs. We don't know what these jobs are, but we're told jobs, 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 and it must be good. So what I really want people to understand is that we are being coerced and forced into consenting to something that we really don't even know anything about. All we have is a glossy AI video and some slideshows. In fact, on one of the slideshows, there's a caveat. On the economical impact page, the caveat reads that if productivity and the economy in St. Kitts and Nevis doesn't grow significantly during the first year or two of the project, the proposed Destiny project, that they will have to bring in outside labor and outside supplies. So that to me immediately tells me that what's going to be happening is inside this zone in Nevis there will be a lot of imported workers who aren't covered by our labor department, our regular labor laws, and we, the nationals, will be competing with them for productivity inside that zone. We have an elaborate plan to build out a city, a freedom city, a free private city for 7,000 to 10,000 plus residents inside 10 years. I think people need to understand that the impact of having a new city, a freedom city, a private city on Nevis, just a 36 square mile island, will be the beginning of the end for what we know Nevis to be. So I think I'm going to hand back to everybody so I can gas up my boat, but I just want everybody to see me standing here. I'm very nervous. This is not my scene at all. I'm not political. I just want you all to really understand how serious this is. I take myself out to every march I could bring myself to. I was at the Hard Court in Brown Hill last Friday. I'm here today. I'm here. I'm happy to celebrate with DJ Marisol 5 years when he was released from quarantine, when he came back in 2020. That's a privilege to me. You know, it's a time in my life that I know I have to stand up. And I want you all to know not to be afraid, and that if I can do it, any and every one of you can. We don't have to keep our allegiances to the color of our party. We have to keep our allegiances to our foreparents. I said our. I'm married into an Nibishan family. Nibis is in my blood. My kids are Nibishans. Our. So it's our foreparents deserve for us to all come together, to unify, to stand up and say enough is enough. We want our country back, and we want our country back for our own, not for it to be sold out for the benefit of other people. If they're coming in and they're offering 30 pieces of silver times bitcoins, now, in the future, the offers are only going to get bigger. And that is because what we have here is getting more valuable by the day. We just have to keep it. So I want to send my love to everybody in St. Kitts and Nevis. Thank the DJ again for the invite to come down here. Tell everybody to keep the momentum going, and then we will come through in the end. One love, everybody. Blessing, DJ.
Yeah, man. I want to thank Brother Charles Nassel for his opening remarks there. And I want to thank the supporters on the side. I'm well aware that a lot of individuals won't wish to march with us because of the victimization and the vindictive government that is in power. You only going to stand on this side. But I appreciate the support. And we're going to hit the streets right about now. We're going to take a stroll around last year, and we'll come right back here and do a wrap up with a segment of speeches. So, Mr. DJ, drop the track. All right, Mr. Truck Driver, get yourself organized. We're ready to rumble. Good people, as we hit the streets of Basel, yes, it's all about correcting the victimization. Yes, ma'am. My good people. tough bastard.
Indulging corruption or misusing public office, being accused of unemployment crimes or disrupting a citizen's peace. All my country needs harmony, separated politically. It's time for another. You stand up and see your country dying and their families are your children's future breathing. Watch this illusion. How would we march on? It's regarding us. this building, I want so massive for a bridge. Don't care how small. And one tends to divide our people. The other unite us all. Unambitious and just cannot be a part of this community. This brings a Christians a total lack of interest. I said let's unite and stand up. All right, all let us reintegrate and correct all mistakes. Reunification, building a brand new nation. We move on in a hand in hand. Rise, sing the songs, the country is young. All young, sing young. Can your conscience be clear? Indulging corruption or misusing public office, being accused of unemployment crimes, or disrupting a citizen's peace. Oh, my country in disharmony, separating politically. It's a foreign brother, just love each other. I said no, not that no. Let's unite and stand up for rights, all rights, and let us reintegrate and correct all mistakes. Reunification, building a brand new nation. We move on together hand in hand. Rise, sing the songs, all countries yours, all yours, sing yours. Can your conscience be clear? Indulging corruption or misusing public office. Being accused of unemployment and crimes or disrupting a citizen's peace. Oh, my country is harmony, separating politically. Hatred for a brother. Let's unite and stand up for rights, all our lives, and lives. Let us reintegrate and reform the states. Reunification, building a brand new nation. We move on together, hand in hand. said no. Let's unite and stand up for our rights, and our lives. Let us be in secret and record this reunification, building a brand new nation. We move on together hand in hand. Rise, sing the song. The country is yours, all yours, still yours. Would you wanna see us building our voice so massive or rich? Don't hear us fall as one has to divide all what we do. In our unite us all. Unambitious and just unhappy. And now this so amazing.
Yes, Mr. DJ. Turn up the mic then. Take down the music and bring up the mic. Take down the music, bring up the mic. Yes, my good people. Those online and those present, we have yet. We made the third round here in the Mobile Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, downtown Bastille, St. Kitts. And we did it in fine time. It's just about the bottom of the hour of 5:30 here in the afternoon in the Mobile Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. We don't have much time for the speeches, but we definitely gonna have a few. So, I don't see Sister Bartlett, and she have to take the Seabridge back to Navy at 6, so I do not know if she chip out on me. But I want to thank the good folks, the representative of the NRP, and Mr. Tulo, Mr. Gaskell, and a few others that came over from Nevis to support this awareness march. And my good people, they don't understand the definition of awareness. Awareness goes a long way. The amount of videos, picture taking and streaming that I see along the way, even the Chinese and the Indians come out of the stores videotaping and waving and jamming to the sounds of the man Arrow. we definitely have them going by the Brent. I think I see about a Tulu a while ago. Anybody see Tulu? I gotta catch up on my boy Tulu before he run across to Nevis. Brother Tulu, we want to hear from you. You're up.
Thank you very much, my brother. This afternoon we are here again and we listen to the immortal words of King Arrow as he reminds us that this country is our country and that we must fight for this country, we must preserve it. Even as I stand here, I am reminded of the actions of our present Prime Minister as he stood alone to bring awareness to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. What he determined was the corruption that was in the electoral office. We supported him, elected him on a mantra that he will bring good governance to this country. And as part of the good governance agenda, he said he would have given us the information on the hush puppy scandal. We are still waiting. He promised that he would give us the information on the sham marriages, that he had boxes of certificates that people were engaged in that illegal practice. We're yet to hear. He promised us that he is going to give us the information regarding to the scandal in the development bank. Up to this moment, he has not delivered. But when it comes to good governance, part of it is to look after the betterment of St. Kitts and Nevis. And at this point, I cannot honestly say that Dr. Joe and his team are looking out for the welfare of the people of Nevis. Dr. Joe and Premier Brantley has arrived to a point in their leadership where they have determined that if we do not sell our country to some white libertarians, and according to Minister Eric Evelyn, we do not know where they are coming from. According to Minister Troy Liebert, we do not know who they are because they were not born here and we did not do any due diligence on them. But according to the Premier of Nevis, it doesn't matter who they are. We must not question that. We must accept them into our country because they are going to bring money. And the more I think of that, I think of what them are saying to us. You look at a single mother who is struggling to pay her bills, maybe to feed her children. And in her struggles, she is told that it is okay to take up any guy as long as the guy has money, bring them into your life, take them into your bed, and it's okay. You do not stop to think whether or not they have AIDS. You do not stop to think whether or not they are serial killers. You do not stop to think as whether they are rapists. You do not stop to think of whether they are child molesters. But you must take them into your home because you are struggling. And so therefore you must sell yourself to anybody in order to eat. And so this is what our Prime Minister, Premier is saying to us. That St. Kitts and Nevis will be no more unless we allow destiny to come into St. Kitts and Nevis. Now we would have had CBI for years, and we were told that the CBI program brought in billions and billions of dollars. None of the former prime ministers told us how much money came in, how many billions. But what they all said, we had billions of dollars from CBI. And then last year, CBA took a lick. A year later, they're telling us that we are so broke, we are dead broke, and we will not be able to survive unless we bring in these people into our federation. The vexing issue for me as a citizen of St. Kitts Nevis, and in particular a resident and citizen of Nevis, is that these people have insulted our government, and our government is not even wise enough to know that they have been insulted by these people. Because these people who wants to come says government is obsolete. They're saying that government serves little purpose. They're saying to us that we should shun government like we shun rapists and murderers and molesters. And while they are saying that to our government, the very same government is saying to us, let us welcome them into our country. Which means the government has already surrendered their authority to these investors. These proposed investors have said that they will have as little to do with government as possible. They will not have any government in their zones. That in their zones you will not have any need for a passport. But all of us will need a passport to travel, but they don't need it. And then not only that, they are saying to us that we must look at their zone not in the way that Mark Bradley and Dr. Drew and the others are telling us. Because they're telling us that that is going to be a business hub. You'll be able to go in there and get jobs and jobs and jobs and do business. They're saying us that out of that zone, you'll be able to get things cheaper than you got from Rams and TDC and Hasbro, which means the government is saying to us that they are willing to sink and to kill Hasbro and TDC and Rams and the other businesses for these investors because they will have no taxes to pay and they will be doing business and will be able to go into do business and don't have to pay. That is absolute rubbish and foolishness. And so here it is that our government again has surrendered and they are willing to kill our own mom and pop business and local business for their friends, the investors, because they're broke and they want CBA money. And brothers and sisters, we must fight against that. Not only that, but they're saying to me as a division that they are going to bring in 7,000 to 10,000 people. And I cannot overemphasize this, and we must take this serious. That Nevis has 13,500 people, we are told. And here it is that our government is willing to bring 7,000 to 10,000 adults into Nevis to take over Nevis. Now imagine this. Nevis does not have 7,000 voters, but we are bringing 7,000 to 10,000 adults in our country who at this present moment would have the ability to vote because they are citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis. Our Premier wants us to believe that he will be able to move Dr. Joe again, just as he moved Dr. Joe to sanction the SSZ bill, which I'll come back to. And he's going to move Dr. Joe and the federal cabinet to tweak our laws, to bend our laws, either to stop these people from voting or to give them the freedom to vote, because according to our former lawyer said that when we brought in citizenship in this country, it was never intended for those who are foreign citizens or CBI investors to vote in our federal election or local election. And so they're now going to tweak this to give them either the option to vote or to stop them from vote. And so they're going to be making two classes of citizens in St. Kitts and Nevis, a class who can work, and a class who can vote, and a class who cannot vote. Let us go back to the SSD zone bill. Because I heard Dr. Drew, I heard the Attorney General, I heard the mouth speech or advisor for Dr. Drew, Mr. Austin Edinburgh, And they want to tell us that we must separate the SSC law from destiny because both of them has nothing to do with each other. Brothers and sisters, we went to school. We went to Sunday school. We went to Mango Tree School and under the Tomantree School and by the Cobb School. And so we know better. And so they're saying to us when they find themselves in a pickle that we must not put the SSC and the destiny together. Now, if there was no SSC, there would have been no destiny because the SSC gave rise to destiny. So we cannot separate them. Now, when it comes to destiny or the SSC, it is clear that this SSC law was not the brainchild of Prime Minister Terence Drew. It was not the brainchild of Mark A.G. Bradley, the Premier of Nevis. It was not the brainchild of the Attorney General who lied to us and told us that that SSC law was put together in his office. Nothing but so. It was about 2 or 3 weeks ago at the town hall meeting. The question was posed to the Premier of Nevis about this SSC law, the first in its history. In 42 years of independence, we are having development on St. Kitts and Nevis, and none of the developers asked upfront for a special carve-out in law for them. And so when the question was posed to the Premier of Nevis, he did not say that that was his brainchild, his vision. He didn't say it was the vision of the Prime Minister. He did not say it was the vision of the Attorney General. He said the investors asked for it. So when you have people, investors coming into your country, and they are asking for a special carve-out in our law, it says that something is fundamentally wrong because they have already said to us what they want. They want a country for themselves. They have traveled the world looking for a safe harbor for people to accept them into their country and give them what they want. And they couldn't find any. And according to them, they were looking for small government, broke government who are highly indebted like St. Kitts and Nevis. And they found safe harbor in Nevis and St. Kitts. In Sharon, Mark, Terence, Gaff, and the others. And so they came, and then they said to them, we want protection. And for us to get the protection, we want you to go into Parliament and put a special law inside there that has never existed in St. Kitts and Nevis so that we can get what we want and do what we want. I am saying to us, brothers and sisters, we must not stand for this. We must oppose this in every sense. Just like Joe opposed the electoral office and went out and protested by himself and called upon people to protest, we must do the very same thing. And we must be even more invested now because our future is at stake. Not only my future, but my children's future. Not only my children's future, but I have grandchildren, their future. And there are those of you who have great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren. We have to look out for their future. These people came with the agenda. These people came to control us. They are not afraid to put in public what their intentions are. They want to come in and to take over. They are looking down the road when they'll be able to control St. Kitts and Nevis just like their forefathers controlled South Africa and the rest of Africa. Or just like their forefathers went into America. which they're calling white man country. That was not white man country. That was Indian country. The Indians allowed them and welcomed them in amongst them. And then what happened? They overrun the Indians. They run them into communes. They raped their women. They enslaved and killed their men. They prevent them from having education. They change their very names. They prevent them from going to school. And this is their children who are not just coming back, but they are invited back by Mark and Joe and the others. In Africa they went searching and they were welcomed in. In America, they went searching because they were looking for safe harbor and they were welcomed in and they took over. In this case, they just were looking for safe harbor. Our government understood that they were out there looking for it and our government invited them in. And now that they are in, our government has gone into parliament to give them the right to take over our country. Now we are told that this zone is a special sustainable zone. That the zone must provide for itself. We heard a debate in the parliament that the zone must provide its own water. It is its own electricity up to 70%. They will have their own port. They will have their own customs. They will have their own security. And so they wanted this, so they said, go into parliament, put this in there that we can get it. Now today the Premier of Nevis is saying to us that no longer they will do that. We are asking them to partner with us to develop our seaport. Then who's going to control the seaport? No longer are they going to develop their own energy. They're coming in and they want to take over geothermal, they say, and so that they can have geothermal power to sustain their zone. The Premier of Nevis is saying to them, no longer you must get your own hospital. Partner with us in our hospital and to develop it up. Also, partner with us in our infrastructure. And so, while the SSC law says they shall do this, and I think it was calculated by those developers that they didn't say that we shall. They say we aim to do. And so, putting aim to do, they leave it dangling and loophole opening for them to exploit. And the Premier of Nevis, who is a master deceiver, understood from the outset that there is no binding agreement for them to produce 70% of their energy or anything else. And having known that, he's now saying that we are renegotiating. Well, if they have to renegotiate the main tenets of this law, it means that it should be repealed. It is not good. We need to take up trade away and come back again. And so, the Premier of Nevis has insulted my integrity to say to me that Nevis will be no more unless he is able to bring in these foreign settlers, because he keeps calling them investors, they're not investors. These are people who are coming in to get a home. I remind you again, let us say that we must look at the zone as a private homeowners association. Keep that in mind, not a business hub. And so he's saying to us that we will not be able to survive after 42 years of independence. That come now, we are basically doomed. And we are out in the water drifting. And the only how we are going to survive is because of destiny. I'm saying to you, my brothers and sisters, there are persons, there are leaders in this country who understand and who has the capability and who are willing to work so that we can build St. Kitts and Nevis again and move forward. And so therefore, we all say, no no to the SSC, no to destiny, and we need to come out and send a clear message to Drew and Mark Brantley in the streets of Boston and the streets of Charlestown. Loudly, we do not want this in our country. Why? Because they are going to take over and make us second-class citizens in our country. And if you want to be a second-class citizen in your country, well, you support Drew. But I sure that none of us want to be second-class citizens in this country, because if you know your history, you know what happens to our brothers and sisters in Africa, you know what happened to our brothers and sisters in America, you know what is happening to our brothers and sisters across the world, even in Dubai, that they say they want to make things and in the south. Listen, brothers and sisters, if there's ever a time that we need to stand up, is now. And if there's ever a time in our history that we need to move a government or put government out, is absolutely right now. And I hope that all of us are resolved that whenever the next election is called, we are going to send a very clear message. Because we were told that Harris was bad. And I used to preach that Harris was bad. But when I compare Drew and Harris, Harris is better than Drew. I am not telling you whether you must go back to Harris or go to somebody, whoever you must go to. All I'm saying, that Drew should not be there, Mark Brantley should not be there, and so let us rally together to get these two, what I will call rascals, out of office. Because they are willing to sell us. And we must not allow that to happen. Stand with us. Let us rally together. Let us defend our country, or else, as Marcus Garvey says, those who do not know the history, those who do not learn from the history, are bound to repeat it. And therefore, we will come back slaves again in our country. Let us not allow that to happen. Good night, my brothers and sisters.
Yes, I want to thank Brother Tulu, Pastor Tulu, for that presentation. Great presentation. We just have a few minutes leave before 6 p.m. Officer, when it's 1 minute to 6, just raise your button that I would know I'm out of time. I don't want to go over time. My good people, I want to pick up from where Tulu left off. And where Tulu left off, I just want the people of St. Kitts and Nevis to understand that where this is concerned, it's not about politics. It's about sovereignty. It's about facts. I grew up in a little village called St. Paul's Day in St. Kitts. And I knew the struggle that I had to go through when my mother left me here and went to the Virgin Islands for a better life. I was raised by a grandmother and a grandfather. I can recall vividly when Uncle Ben Rice came on the scene. My grandparents couldn't afford to buy Uncle Ben Rice for us. When they buy a bag of Uncle Ben's rice, they mix it with the regular rice to feed us, to give us a little taste, just a flavor. And I know people like Dr. Drew and Dr. Douglas and these folks grew up in the same atmosphere as I did. Because Dr. Douglas' father was a tailor. Dr. Douglas' father used to sew my pants. My grandmother was a seamstress. My grandmother sewed dresses and shirts. So many of those clothes that Dr. Douglas wore to school and to church was sold by my grandmother. That's where we come from. When I look across the road here, you hear the song sung by Ellie McDumpling. I believe in this day and age today, people like Dumpling should be struggling, should be out there trying to make life after all they put in this country, after all the hard work they put in at the JNF. You think today, Dumpling them should be out there struggling, trying to make $1, while foreigners got our money all over the place? When poor people in St. Kitts and Nevis ask for any assistance, they drill you through all kind of things, ask you all kind of questions. How much underwear you can have? How much underwear you can have? What you got on your bank account? How much bed in your house? Where your mother and father come from? Who you voted for? These are the questions that have been asked by our current Joe Labour administration. But back in 2022, you know, it was no difference back then. That was the same criteria under the former administration. And in speaking with Dr. Joe, he opposed these things and said, better will come for the good he can do. They're going to change all of this. This is why they got my support. Because they promise a change. They promise a good governance agenda, freedom of information, integrity in public life. Whether you want to believe it or not, you know, I didn't fall out with Labour. I didn't fall out with Dr. Joe. Labour and Dr. Joe fall out with me because all I asked them to do in 2022. And for those of you who watched my podcast back then, during the campaign, all I asked them to do, when you're going there, please don't do the same as the former administration or worse. Because if you do, you're going to hear from the DJ. And the DJ is going to come at you harder than he went after the former administration. My grandparents taught me, when your own lies bite you bite you hard. And I can say to you, it is a very hard pill to swallow. When I found out that Dr. Joe was misleading the DJ, was misleading the country, was lying to everyone. But the part that took the cake for me is the campaign that we leveled against Timothy Harris and the Team Unity administration about the prison project in Estridge. If you guys listen to my podcast, you will hear the clip where the Prime Minister doubled down about the corruption and that prison project. How could you have a simple prison project that should cost $40 million? The result of 20,000 new citizens to this country who don't even know what it is. 25,000 new citizens to this country that they don't know what it is. Never than ever been here. If you guys follow the news, several of them has been arrested in the UK, in the US, for fraud, for corruption, with our passport. They never step foot on St. Kitts and Nevis. They are criminal, crypto people, hackers. When I'm hearing our Prime Minister is telling the DJ that after 3 years going into their fourth term, Nevis is 5 minutes across the road from Reggae Beach, 25 minutes across the road from Charlestown. The Prime Minister promised me in his first term that he is the Prime Minister for all, and he will go across to Nevis and hold a town hall. First of his kind. The Prime Minister told me in 2023 that his team is working and putting things together for this town hall meeting in Nevis. Well, he's in his fourth year. The Prime Minister has yet to go across to Nevis to talk to the people of Nevis. But he's been to Taiwan how many times? He's been to the Middle East of how many times? Let me just say thanks to the officers. Because it's 6 o'clock, right, officer? It's 6 o'clock? I don't want to break any rules. So, I just want to say to the officers, thanks for the escort. And I can say to your people that I promise you 1 march per month at the minimum. See you on the 19th of December. We'll be back to do it again. Thanks for coming out.